Alright, so in this video I want to show you kind of a pretty important topic that's covered in some algebra courses, but not in others. I always try to cover it in mine, and that's what's called a factorial. And I'm going to show you where to find this symbol on the calculator in just a sec. Before I tell you what this is or what it means, let's actually answer these two questions, and I think it will make more sense when we do that. So the first question says, suppose you have a family of 7 that's posing for a photo by standing in a row. How many possible ways could they arrange themselves in different orders before taking the photo? So, let's say you have 7 people, A, B, C, D. I'm assuming most families probably wouldn't just coincidentally name their children by the letters of the alphabet, but you never know. So let's say, Albert, Bernard, Charlene, Devin, Emily, Francine, and George. I guess that was off the top of my head, so I don't know if those names would be commonly used or not. But the question is, how many ways could they stand in the row? Well, the first person in the row, ask yourself this: how many people could stand in that first position? And the answer is there are 7 people that could stand in that first place. How many people could stand in the second position? Well, somebody's already stood in the first position, so there's only 6 people left to stand in the second. How many could stand in the third? There would be 5. In the fourth position, there are 4 people left. In the fifth position, there are 3 children left to stand there. Sixth position, there's only 2 left. And the seventh position, we have only 1 left. And if we multiply all of those numbers together, that will give us the total number of ways. That turns out to be a massive number, which is actually 5,040. And another way of saying this, another way of saying 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, another way of saying that is 7 with a little exclamation. Okay, and what that means is take this number and multiply it by every number less than it. So 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Where do you find that in the calculator? Because a lot of these you're definitely not going to want to do them by hand. So in the calculator you go like this. You would say 7, and then you go to math, and then you scroll over to prob, which stands for probability, and there's the exclamation right there at number 4. So you press enter, 7 factorial, and like we said, it equals 5,040. Alright, so this next one, see if you can pause it and give it a try. It's very similar. This one says if 8 people are running a race, how many ways can they finish first, second, and third? Or how many ways can they win gold, silver, and bronze? Well, think about it. Gold, how many people could win gold? There are 8 people who could cross the line first. Times, how many people could win silver? Well, the gold medalist has already crossed the line, so now there are 7 left to win silver, times 6 to win bronze. Now, you don't want to put 8 exclamation in the calculator because 8 exclamation means this. It means 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4. A better way to write this is, or a better way to put this in the calculator is 8, and then there's something called P, which I'll tell you about in the next video. It means permutation, but you are picking 3 people here. So that's how I remember it. I remember 8 pick 3, 8P3. And like I said, the next video I'll show you more about what that means. But for now, here's how to do it in the calculator. You could either just write 8 times 7 times 6 or type that in, or you could do this. Okay, so what you do is you press 8 and then you go back to that math and over to prob, and we want NPR. Okay, don't use NCR. I'll tell you in the next video when to use that. But for this, it's NPR. 8 pick, and then we are picking 3 runners. 8 times 7 times 6, and just to verify that that's the same number, 336 ways that those athletes could finish first, second, third, and you can see it's the same.